Welcome to A Pleasant Solution, Embracing an Organized Life. I'm your host, certified life coach, professional organizer, and home life expert, Amelia Pleasant Kennedy. And I help folks permanently eliminate clutter in their homes and lives. On this podcast, we'll go beyond the basics of home organization to talk about why a clutter-free mindset is essential to an aligned and sustainable lifestyle. If you're someone with a to-do list, if you're managing a household, and if you're caring for others, this podcast is for you. Let's dive in. Hey y'all, welcome to my brand new podcast. If feeling frazzled, busy, and overworked isn't your dream life, you're in the right place. I'm Amelia, and I help folks permanently eliminate clutter in their homes and lives. And that all starts with mindset. Let's be honest, clutter is real and it shows up in many more places than we think. First, it shows up in our homes. This is the area we're most familiar with. It may be the reason why you're here. Our homes are filled with items we regret buying or forget to use. We live in a culture that gives us instant access to almost everything, and it's taking a toll on our living spaces. There's more coming into our houses than going out. And in some cases, our relationships are suffering as a result. And like many, you may have no idea what to do with it all. This podcast is a safe space to untangle all the emotions, the objects, the differing approaches to care tasks. All of it. Second, clutter shows up in our minds. You might not recognize your mind as cluttered, but for sure, I know you feel it. This podcast will be a safe space to learn a different way. Third, clutter shows up in our schedules. You may feel frazzled, busy, anxious, or even burnout. Our bodies are absorbing all of the pressure to be productive, and it's affecting our health. This podcast will address all the ways clutter shows up in our homes and lives and approach organization from a holistic perspective, free from shame and judgment. For the last 4 years, I've been working with women to peel back the inner layers of their lives to see exactly how the way we're feeling internally is reflected externally in our spaces, schedules, and relationships. And I've noticed that when we radically shift our perspective from being at the foundation of our home to being at its center, everyone in our life wins. I'll be coming at you each week with stories from my own life. I'm a mother who's raising 3 thoughtful, organized kids. I'm a wife, a caregiver, an explorer, and a woman who makes the world work for me. I'm excited to make embracing an organized life simple, easy, and fun. I know that organization is possible for each and every one of us. There will be insightful questions and practical solutions for all things home life. And I'll empower you to decide what that looks like for you. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode. Remember, being organized isn't a one-size-fits-all formula. Instead, give yourself permission to drop any standards and expectations around your home and schedule that are causing you to overwork and feel frazzled. Look for what's already working. This will give you insight and clues about what makes sense for your brain, your family, your life. Apply and practice the strategies that light you up and put aside any and all that sparks shame or self-judgment. That's embracing an organized life. If you liked this episode and know of just one other person who'd get value from it too, I invite you to share it with them. I'd be more than grateful. I'd love to stay connected with you too. Make sure to follow this podcast, to connect with me on Instagram @apleasantsolution, and join my community at apleasantsolution.com. Talk to y'all soon, and remember, you're more organized than you think.